And the thing is it takes place like a year after the movie, and between then, Beetlejuice got either castrated or neutered.
Oh, he had to have been.
Welcome to Tairimo Boys Podcast. I'm your host Cody. With me in second chair is the boy who's also the ghost with the most. It's Jeremy.
It's showtime. I stole that from Ryan and Beetlejuice.
With me in third chair is the boy who's always running from sandworms. It's Ryan.
I do the other one.
Today, we're continuing our Beetlejuice reviews with the Beetlejuice cartoon. Viewers at home, did you know that there was a Beetlejuice cartoon?
Better have. This might get personal if you don't.
Jeremy, it's mostly for people our age. for middle-aged boys. If you're unfamiliar with the Beetlejuice cartoon, well, just about any successful movie back in the late 80s, early 90s, it ended up getting a cartoon. We've talked about this before.
Indeed.
And an action figure line.
Oh, definitely.
I was at a Comic-Con this weekend, and they had Rambo action figures from back in the day.
Yeah.
I didn't know they had Rambo action figures.
Me either, but I want them now.
I mean, merchandising.
Yeah, here we go. You beat me to it, god damn it.
It's usually Jeremy's thing. Yeah, they were always trying to merchandise all this stuff. I mean, there was a freaking RoboCop cartoon.
Did we have Beetlejuice
Yeah.
toys? Was that a thing? I seriously don't remember that.
I don't remember.
I love the movie. I remember the cartoon. I do not remember if there were toys.
Beetlejuice toys.
If there was, I hope there was a doll with a pull string, and you pull it says "nice fucking model."
I don't know if there were toys. No, there were.
Probably for the best.
Hold on, there was Burger King toys.
Burger King used to come out with the good toys. Way back in the day. Weren't they the ones that did like the Pokemon special cards or
I've got those things in the closet.
Yes.
The gold plated.
Yes. Fuck, love those things.
Okay, there are toys for this. I don't know if they're. I think they're 89. I don't know when this was printed.
So there was actually toys. Well, interesting. I don't remember Beetlejuice toys as a kid, but
I don't even know if these toys are like this BST stuff. If this is actually 1989 or if it's adult toys, not like sex toys, but like toys for adults.
Thank you for clarifying.
Can you imagine
Beetlejuice
the
dildo?
sex toys in the Beetlejuice line? Ooh, that sandworm in its teeth.
All right, that's enough. Okay, the toys exist. I don't know if they're like around the time where they're just new, but yeah, it looks like there's Beetlejuice one. There's a Lydia one. There's a Ginger the spider. There's a little mini sandworm. There's Lydia.
I bet there's a mini sandworm.
But anyways, back on the topic of the cartoon, I highly recommend if you haven't yet to watch our other Beetlejuice reviews. We're recording this before we've seen the new Beetlejuice movie, but I said during our last review, if you want the real Beetlejuice experience, you watch the cartoon.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know why that is, Jeremy?
Because it is the Beetlejuice experience.
You get the most. There's a reason why he's the ghost with the most. Yep.
And you also get, more than 14 and a half minutes of him.
Every episode's about 12 minutes of him, so there you go.
A lot more Beetlejuice than we got in the movie.
Yeah, 2 episodes is enough. But, anyways, for anyone unfamiliar with the cartoon, came out in 89, lasted in 91. There are 4 seasons. Today we're reviewing season 1, which is 13 episodes. Season 2 and season 3, they're both 80 episodes each. And then Fox acquired it. And the way Fox always did cartoons is, here's your another season. There's like 65 episodes. It's exactly like the real Ghostbusters. Aren't you glad we didn't review season 4 this week?
I am now.
But as you boys have noticed, there are some episodes that are like split up into 2 parts with different stories. It's kind of like Freakazoid, where they were told during the later seasons, like, no more of that. You're just doing one single episode.
God, I miss Freakazoid.
We probably need to review that one of these days.
Yes, we are. That's up there.
But anyways, Jeremy, give me your first thoughts.
I love this cartoon. I grew up on this. Even like just hearing the The intro song again was nostalgic for me. Scared me a little bit as a kid, not as much as the movie, but I love this.
Here's a little thing about the not really a fun fact about the. It's not that fun, but whenever we were watching Beetlejuice last week, I heard that song play. I was like, how does that song sound familiar? Because it plays like maybe once or twice, like in the intro, maybe the end of the movie. Like I couldn't place it. Like, is this in the Nightmare Before Christmas? And then it all hit me. It's like, oh, this is the main theme of the Beetlejuice cartoon. That's where I know it from.
Such great memories with this cartoon.
Ryan, first thoughts?
Love this cartoon. It's like a weird, warm hug. I've loved this since I was a kid. Used to watch it Saturday mornings. Yeah, awesome.
There were a few times in the mid '90s we watched it together. I remember that.
Really?
Yeah, I know
They should bring it back.
That's what I was getting ready to say. It's like, hey, now's the perfect time to bring it back. But I mean, just going in my first thoughts a bit. This cartoon aged really well.
Oh yeah, easily.
This is something you can just bring back and put on the air, and people won't even know that it's old. Oh, I mean, there's that one part where they play a record, but the TVs are kind of old, but it still holds up. It's just a great cartoon, and you get the real Beetlejuice experience. Like I said last week, the Beetlejuice movie always scared the shit out of me as a kid. Like I'd watch this cartoon, it's like, oh man, I want to see the movie now, and then watch the movie, it's like, what the is this?
PTSD. That's what that is.
Because I mean, the Maitlands or the Maitfields or whatever, they're not in this cartoon. Like this whole cartoon, it's Lydia and Beetlejuice doing wacky shenanigans. And the thing is it takes place like a year after the movie, and between then, Beetlejuice got either castrated or neutered.
Oh, he had to have been.
And they had to like really change what's going on in order to make this work. Because
Yeah, they toned it down from the movie. Let's just say that they really toned it down.
And the thing is, there's a lot of references to the movie in it, especially like the carousel thing with the rollout arms. Like he does that a few times.
Even the first episode, literally this cartoon aired a year later, and they talk about Lydia and Beetlejuice's anniversaries 1 year.
Yeah,
They've known each other for 1 year. Like the throwbacks to it are amazing.
I just want to mention too. I don't think Lydia is like 16.
Now, what grade did she say? She said it this time around.
Did she?
Yes, seventh grade.
Oh
Seventh
my
grade.
god, that's even worse.
Yeah.
He was trying to marry an 11-year-old in the movie. That is not 16 in Connecticut or 18 federally.
God damn it, Beetlejuice.
Well, I'd say at least they fixed that in there, but then you have the episode where the literal cowboy is like trying to marry Lydia.
Yeah, that was a little awkward.
The thing is it works in a cartoon because just how silly it is.
Yeah, you keep it silly.
But yeah, Jeremy, you mentioned the pilot episode. The first episode, yep, pilot. It's gonna be full of references because hey, remember Beetlejuice? And we're pitching this to the network executives.
Makes sense.
Something else I noticed is they did not license any music except for the main Beetlejuice song. They kind of had like parody everything. So there's multiple times they did the whole Banana Boat song. It was just a complete parody.
Hey, I still loved it though.
Remember this, kids? And before we start talking about the episodes, I just want to mention like Beetlejuice felt like perfect in the cartoon because the term I kind of came up with is he does like ADHD ad lib humor where he's just like all over the place. And does that make sense?
Makes sense to me.
But if this were to be like a movie, like they pegged it. They pegged it perfectly.
Put pegging in the cartoon though.
No.
You have to wait for the Adult Swim season 5 reboot. All right, so boys, what were some of our favorite episodes?
A couple of them.
Can I just say a couple of them?
Yeah, the entire season. If I have to break it down from there, I mean that's how good this cartoon is. My favorite episodes are in the entire season, but if I have to break it down, geez, I'm gonna pick this.
I had to really think about mine too.
Yeah, it's really, really tough. I really liked the Wild West episode. That was a lot of fun. Also, I forget the name of the episode, but where he was on the island with the head shrinkers.
Yeah, the Headhunters episode.
Yes.
Also.
Yeah, that reminded me of Pirates of the Caribbean too. So of course I love that. I can't peg one. There's no way.
Yeah, Jeremy, you're kind of hitting on some of my favorites, like the Wild West episode and the Headhunters episode. And by the way, it's called "Quit While You're Ahead." So,
That's right. Quit
there's a
while you're
nice little
ahead.
pun. I felt like those were the best episodes too, because yeah, they're themed and they're more disconnected from like the movie than anything else. But the key thing is they're having a lot of fun with it. Like you've got pirates and you've got cowboys, and just like great jokes. And by the way, did you boys see that twist coming in the Headhunters episode where the Captain Kidder was one of the headhunters?
I did not. Not gonna lie, I
Yeah.
didn't see it coming.
It's just great stuff like that. And I do have to say that like the 30-minute episodes felt a lot better than the 15-minute ones because they had more time to put together like a strong plot.
100% agree. But I enjoyed them all. Like seriously, the entire season. I remember some of these episodes from my childhood. I was just like, holy shit, here we are. I love this.
Say this. I'm gonna say the same ones you said. I'm gonna add the pilot, or as Jeremy pointed out earlier, that sweet reference to it being a year later, because it was like it's my bread and butter. And also, it was like, yeah, I remember a year earlier. You said fuck.
And also the relationship was very, very different. Not so struggle snuggly this time around.
Another one worth mentioning is like I like the episode where Liddy was putting together a Halloween party at her house, and Beetlejuice went and decorated with all the Netherworld stuff he got from the store, and ended up unleashing those like monsters.
The Fiends in a Can or whatever. What was it called? Was it
Uh,
Fiends in a Can?
I think it was Party Fiends in a Can, maybe. And
Yep.
by can, it looks like a freaking grenade.
That was a great episode too.
But like, I just love like whenever they have to do like really creative solutions for something. It's like, oh, these things were created with water, so let's dry them out. And of course, you got the kicker at the end where it's like, ah, don't worry, I flushed him down the toilet. Here
That
we
was
go
great.
again.
God, I love this cartoon.
And by the way, this cartoon like won an award. It was
It should have.
yeah,
I didn't know that. But it should have.
Daytime Emmy Awards for Outstanding Animated Program, 1990.
Earned it.
It beat Winnie the Pooh. Wait, did it? It says tied with Winnie the Pooh, so is that even a thing?
How do you tie and get an award?
Well, just one and then
With the
tied.
trophy?
Whatever. It's an excellent cartoon.
I'm not dissing on Winnie the Pooh, but god damn it, I love my Beetlejuice. Part of the reason my childhood is so fucked up is this cartoon.
They ever do a Winnie the Pooh Beetlejuice crossover episode?
That would be interesting.
I'd pay to see it.
I'm trying to think now. What would be a good Beetlejuice crossover? And don't say Ghostbusters.
Batman. Um,
Ooh, that's tough.
I say Ghostbusters, but not that Ghostbusters, the one with the giant ape.
So the fake Ghostbusters.
Yeah.
Scooby Doo.
There we go. Yes. That would be the best one.
All right, boys. Were there any bad episodes, do you think?
No. I love this cartoon too much. There's maybe ones that held my attention less, my ADHD, but I'm not gonna say there's a bad episode.
Same. There's maybe a couple where I drift off on my phone a little bit, but other than that, they're all pretty solid
Yeah, I'd
for the
echo
most
that.
part.
There's that for the most part, but yeah, but
For the most part.
you already said what you wanted. During some of the episodes, I'll drift off a little. Well, it was a little slow and while I was building back up. But if I had to choose a weakest episode, I think like the episode where Beetlejuice made the armpit band. The only reason why is because that's like a staple of every cartoon, and I've seen it done better elsewhere.
But this was one of the originals.
Maybe.
I know. I kind of dug the episode. It didn't hold my attention. Okay, I'll agree with you. It didn't hold my attention all the way through, but there was aspects of it that did. It's like it always brings me back, even if I start to drift off. Well, you boys know how my attention goes, but like if I start to drift off, Beetlejuice's shenanigans always snaps me right back.
All right, Jeremy, what'd you say? I drifted off.
I drifted off too.
Okay, I've got a prompt for you boys. You may need a little bit of time to think about this. Here's the prompt. As we all know, the Beetlejuice movie and this cartoon are completely different.
Oh yeah.
So make a movie with this cartoon in mind.
So a movie based off this cartoon.
Well, let's just say if the actual movie felt more like the cartoon.
Way more Beetlejuice. There we go.
I don't think you understand the question, the prompt, Jeremy. Ryan, you got anything?
All right, I'm gonna cheat a little bit, but I think you mentioned this in the Beetlejuice review, so you'll get the reference. A sandworm escapes on the beaches of Hawaii, and Beetlejuice and Lydia have to go to Hawaii. I'll call it Beetlejuice Goes Hawaiian.
Well, kids, if you're unfamiliar about the reference, that was supposed to be the original Beetlejuice 2 movie, but it never got made.
What could have been? What a shame.
So it may be a little bit easier for me since I kind of thought of the question beforehand. What I was thinking of is if they were to do like a soft reboot or something of the Beetlejuice franchise. Lydia, she gets bullied at school by Claire, and she ends up summoning magical ghost named Beetlejuice in order to get back at her. And then we get 90 minutes of shenanigans.
Goes with the most.
I would love a Michael Keaton Beetlejuice movie where Beetlejuice and Lydia are buds.
Right? I did think about that. That's a good point.
And you could fix like it easily, like the lore easily. I mean, you don't want it to be in the same universe as the first movie, but be like, oh, Beetlejuice is working with her because I don't know. He has to do a bunch of good deeds because he's a menace in the neither world.
I love that name, by the way. Neither world.
I hated it. Just call it
No.
Netherworld.
No,
Like
no,
every
no,
other-
because it's neither life or death. It's in between. I love that.
Okay.
I love that word.
I wonder if that's why they did it.
I kind of that's what I came up with, but I thought it was a clever name. I'm gonna go with it.
And of course, I've got to ask, since none of us have seen the new Beetlejuice movie yet, do we think the cartoon is canon?
Probably not. I want it to be, but I don't think it's gonna be.
Yeah, I want it to be. Yeah, I don't. Oh, that's a toughie. It sounds like from some of the interviews I read that it kind of went in that direction a little bit, but I don't think they made it canon.
There's no way they could have made it canon.
Yeah.
Not after the movie we got.
Not after the first movie, but
These are very two different Beetlejuices.
I know for a fact that Beetlejuice's like parents are retconned.
I like that episode.
Clean freak mom and a workaholic dad. I do have to say complaints. Like I wish they would have done more of like the afterlife bureaucracy. There's like really only like one episode in here where they even slightly touched on it. All right, and before we start passing the topic, I've got a question for both you boys. Smash or pass, Betelgeuse?
God damn it! I'm not juicing to Betelgeuse.
Hard pass for me, bro.
For the viewers at home, there's a couple episodes where Beetlejuice like changes to like a teenage girl, like goes by the name Betelgeuse. Anyways, Jeremy, best Top Gun to you.
Oh, okay. Favorite secondary character?
We counting Lydia as not a secondary character.
Definitely.
I mean,
Yeah, she's not gonna be.
She's a main character. I'll start.
Yeah.
I like Ginger and Jock. I don't know which one would rank higher, but just the idea of a tap dancing spider and a French skeleton, it's just silly. And they're both like Beetlejuice's roommates.
Which is a fun little. You get a fun little backstory with that. Ryan, you got one?
I'm going with Jock. I always remembered him from when I was a kid.
All right, I gotta echo you boys. Jock, I remember as a kid. I specifically remember Jock, and when I saw him again, I was like, "Holy shit!"
Yeah.
Oh, the member berries.
Those aren't member berries, Jeremy.
Okay. The memories.
Yeah. You might get some member berries with the movie here in a few days, but we'll see. But anyways, Ryan, pass Top Gun to you.
I'm gonna go back to a topic you brought up. I just now thought of it. You asked earlier what other cartoon should this crossover with? Do you remember in the 90s when the Ace Ventura cartoon crossed over with The Mask?
I did not know there was a crossover.
Yeah.
We need to review this.
Yes, there was a crossover where Ace Ventura crossed over with The Mask. So I think we should just cross over every cartoon that started out as a movie. So Put him in the Ace Ventura, like an Avengers style crossover. Just put him with Ace Ventura, The Mask. I think Karate Kid and Rambo got a cartoon.
Hold on. A
Oh,
Jim Carrey cartoons. You get Mask, Ace Ventura.
Dumb and
Oh,
Dumber, that had a
yeah,
cartoon for like 5 minutes.
it did.
I'm here for it.
Jim Carrey is like Dr. Robotnik, so are we considering these
Sonic.
Sonic cartoons?
Ooh, I'm here for it.
I used to watch that Sonic cartoon when I was a kid.
That did,
Oh,
I
oh
I
God,
love that
me too.
cartoon. Like the
It's up there.
I think we watched it together, didn't we?
we definitely did, and I've got a home movie of like me unwrapping like Dr. Robotnik's Mean Bean Machine, and then you're looking at it, and I go and just rip it out of your hand.
Well, we've got a few more series boys we need to do apparently.
No, we're done with series for a little while. Like I need some
Yeah.
time to recharge.
It is tough.
This is always a commitment to do.
Oh, definitely.
All right, Jeremy, final thoughts.
This is the Beetlejuice. I love the movie. I love the adult humor, but I only got to see my boy for like 14 and a half minutes. I got to see hours of Beetlejuice in this cartoon. I grew up on this cartoon. I love this cartoon. It will go down as one of my greatest favorites of all time. Yeah, maybe it's part of the reason I'm up in the head.
Fair enough. Ryan, final thoughts.
It's a warm hug.
I like that description.
You and your warm hugs and warm blankets.
Uh-huh.
I'm probably gonna give you a heated blanket for like Christmas, and Jeremy, you'll
Please
get
do.
some furry Nazi.
Oh,
Video
God damn
games.
it. No. Every year.
Crochet an image of Beetlejuice on that blanket.
By the way, like I don't know if you checked out like Spirit Halloween lately, but they've got like a ton of like Beetlejuice stuff.
Well, it makes sense. You know, merchandising.
Yeah, they've got like the freaking like giant like sandworm that you put out in like your yard.
No shit.
Yeah.
I haven't.
Was everybody
I
gonna get the
haven't made it
sandworm popcorn bucket?
Ooh.
Uh, Ryan, is this gonna be like the Dune popcorn bucket where people are trying to stick their dicks in it?
No, unfortunately
Extra
not.
butter.
I mean, I'm still gonna try it, but that's not. Um,
Not afraid of a goddamn challenge.
I mean, is this gonna be like Dune again, where you can't even get the damn thing?
couldn't get the Wolverine popcorn bucket.
That's what eBay's for.
Oh.
I think those Dune like popcorn buckets are going for like a few hundred on eBay when that happened.
Slightly used.
Lonely people out there.
One and done. All right. You know what time it is? Time to scale this bad boy. So, Jeremy, on a scale of the real Ghostbusters to the Spaceballs cartoon, where would you rank this?
Ooh. You know what? This is one of my favorites of all time. This is going above Real Ghostbusters.
Interesting. What about you, Ryan?
I'm putting it neck and neck with real Ghostbusters. That's a tough one for me.
Ooh.
Well, Ryan, if they were to battle to the death, who do you think would win?
Oh,
Beetlejuice.
Ghostbusters, they got proton packs.
God damn it.
We're primed for that shit.
That's what I wanted to hear. Yeah, it's hard to rank for me. Like, I may have seen like a few episodes of the real Ghostbusters as a kid, but I mean, the Beetlejuice cartoon always has a special place in my heart. So
Exactly.
I'm gonna be up there with Jeremy, rank it above it.
It's tough to rank it above the Real Ghostbusters, but this was childhood right here.
Well, but Ryan's a bit older than us, so he's got more nostalgia for the real Ghostbusters than we do. All right, everyone. Thank you for listening to another episode of Tairimo Boys Podcast. Don't forget to like, subscribe, leave a comment, telling us how much you love Beetlejuice. Don't forget to ring that motherfucking bell. Stay tuned for more episodes, and make sure you watch this because this is a damn good series.